For today's prosperity lesson, I would like to talk about your inheritance. Your inheritance. Now, if you were from some family, like maybe some very, very wealthy family, you would never question that you have an inheritance. You would never question your rights to your inheritance. You would never question that your wealth is a given, that your wealth is just your birthright. And your family's wealth is, in that case, would be your source. Now, in reality, people that come from those kinds of situations where they have those kinds of inheritances oftentimes are at a disadvantage because they could possibly be disinherited, and if they don't know any better, if that's the only way they've ever known how to exist financially is by getting money from their family, and then that somehow gets cut off, they're at a great disadvantage. But we all are members of a very wealthy family, and our inheritance can't be cut off. We can never be disinherited. But a lot of times we don't even realize we have an inheritance. A lot of times we don't even realize we come from a wealthy family. And so we don't even know how to place a demand on that. We don't even know that we can claim our inheritance and pull it in because it's our birthright. But if you start thinking in terms of who you are, things really do change for you. So let's break it down. Remember, on the tree of life, we have the supernal triad at the top of the tree. So at the very top of the tree, there's the Godhead, and that's the crown, that's number one, and that's pre-gender, and that's pure life principle. And then the first emanation of that on the tree of life is the masculine principle. And the second emanation after that is the feminine principle. So we have 3, 1, 2, and 3. So we have the pre-gender plus the god and then the goddess. And so when the god and the goddess come together, they are forming the rest of creation, the rest of that tree. And that's in the craft, a lot of us see divinity as a mother-father, not as just some sort of external weird deity, but it's actually we're part of a family. We're part of a divine family. And that's actually very true. And everybody is, which is why things like racism and sexism and any of the other isms that we have are ultimately ridiculous. If we really saw who we are and who everybody else is, and we really get very clearly that all other human beings are our siblings, it puts things into a very different light. And it also puts us into a different position in regards to our relationship with the father and mother. So the only person that can disinherit us is ourselves. And we disinherit ourselves usually because we don't know any better. We don't know that we have an inheritance that we get to claim. We don't even know that it's not only is it available to us, but that we're allowed to ask for it, that we're allowed to claim it. And as long as something is not claimed, it's just sitting there gathering interest. So your entire inheritance is just sitting there in trust, waiting for you to claim it. Waiting for you to claim it. And so we're going to claim that today. We're going to claim that inheritance today. And I want you to think in terms of what it is about prosperity that you feel is missing. What do you think is missing in your life? Is it money? Is it love? Is it health? Is it luxury? Is it patience? What is it? All of that is part of prosperity. Remember, prosperity is more than just money. Prosperity means when you prosper, it means to do well. So prosperity always has to include the health of your body and mind. It has to include peace, peace of mind. It has to include good relationships. It has to include self-expression and work in the world, a sense of purpose. And of course, it represents financial resources to buy the things you need to buy, to live the life you need to live, so that you can do what you came here to do. Now, if you're doing what you came here to do, you're not going to be all anxious. You're going to feel good about yourself for the most part. And then prosperity is a natural byproduct of that. And if it's not a natural byproduct of that, it's because you don't realize that it's your right. You're entitled to it. You're entitled to prosperity. In fact, if you're in a place where you can do it out loud, just say that out loud right now. I'm entitled to prosperity. Do it again if you can. I'm entitled to prosperity. Let's try this one. I have a divine inheritance. I have a divine inheritance. I claim my divine inheritance now. I claim my divine inheritance now. So when you claim your divine inheritance now, then you have to expect that things are going to change. And you're going to see things changing. You're going to see that avenues open and other avenues close. That doors open and doors close. Because as you claim your divine inheritance, you are divinely guided and led on a new path. And that path includes all that makes you prosperous. And remember, that includes doing what you came here to do. So doing what you came here to do. If you're not doing what you came here to do and you claim your divine inheritance, you'll be led on the path to do so. If you are doing what you are divinely here to do, and you just don't even know that you have a right to all of the financial resources necessary, then you can claim that now. You can claim that now, regardless of where you are in that. You can claim it now. If you aren't receiving the financial benefits that are your due, then it's a mental issue. It's a mental problem. It came out wrong. I don't mean that you've got a mental problem, but it's in your mind. There needs to be a new mental posture that says, I am a divine being. I am part of a divine family. I do have rights. I do have entitlements. Those kinds of entitlements are okay. Sometimes people have entitlements in this world and they're not okay. They think that they're entitled to things, that they're not really, that they haven't earned. They think that they're entitled to things that take resources away from other people. Right? We're not looking to get things that are not ours by divine right. We're just asking for what's ours by divine right. And I tell you, your divine inheritance is very unique unto you. And it includes everything. Think of it like a blueprint. It's a package deal, your inheritance. It includes everything that you need to do, be, and have, to have all the joy that you came here to do all the work you came here to do, to grow in all the ways that you came here to grow, and to be of assistance to other people in all the ways you came here to assist. Now, remember, all work that is service. All real work is service. And so real work you do not because you want money, but because it's your role. It's what feeds your soul. So serving in whatever capacity you came here to serve, because we all came here to serve. Everybody came here to be of service. And those of us who have forgotten our role and our mission and why we came here, we aren't very happy. And those of us who do remember our mission and why we came here, we are very happy. And some of the people that remember their mission and are very happy have forgotten that they are entitled to all of the financial resources necessary for them to do what they came here to do. All right? So it's a different type of entitlement than the kind of entitlement that you see in the world that can be very sick and misled. Okay? So this is a type of entitlement that is, as a soul, you came here to fulfill a function. You came here to be of service in a specific way that nobody else can do but you. And you came here to have rewards that are unique, that only you can have. And it's good to claim that. It's good to claim your heritage. It's good to claim your rewards. It's good to claim payment that is owed you by the universe. It's true. There's nothing wrong with that. If you plant seeds in the ground and a beautiful fruit tree comes up, would you feel guilty about eating the apple, or about getting harvesting the oranges or whatever it was that you planted? Would you feel guilty about that? Of course not. So why would you feel guilty about claiming all of the rewards financially that are yours? You have every right to them. Because you are somebody. You are a divine being. You are a part of a divine family. And you have access to all wealth. All wealth is yours right now. Right now. Now, the universe wants you to have as much financial wealth as makes you happy, fulfills your needs, and allows you all the resources you need to fulfill your divine function here. But the universe doesn't want you to have so much that you get trapped by it, or that it's too much for you to manage, or that it starts to own you. Because either one is bad. Not having enough money, then money owns you because all you're doing is thinking about bills. Having too much money owns you because you're always worried about either losing your money or making more money, and then money becomes your obsession. If we allow ourselves to think in terms of a divine inheritance, we don't have to worry about it, because there's a never-ending source. There's a never-ending treasury right in our family, right in our own spiritual family, that we can lean on and ask for and claim at any moment, any time, any place that we need it. And if we get used to knowing that that's true, and prove it to ourselves again and again and again, then that horrible sense of, oh my gosh, where's my money going to come from? How am I ever going to pay these bills? Or am I going to be destitute? Or what can I possibly ever do to get ahead in this world? Those kinds of thoughts become obsolete, completely obsolete, because we are no longer operating from a sense of lack and worry. We are constantly proving to ourselves again and again and again that we have all the resources that we need at every moment of time and point of space. And it's up to us to gain and maintain that mental posture and prove it as being true. Now, usually when I talk about this kind of thing, people give me all kinds of evidence to say, well, say if I had a divine inheritance, why wouldn't it be like this? Why do I have this problem? Why do I have that problem? And it's nothing to feel bad about or guilty about. Of course, everybody's got problems. But one thing that we are not trained to do in this world when we have a financial problem is to look to our divine inheritance to solve it, to lean on it, and allow it to be solved. Because there's more than enough to solve all of our financial problems, whatever they are. There's more than enough, and it's available to us. And so we're not taught to claim that. We're not taught to put a claim on that, and to not give up until we get what we need, to not take no for an answer. That's not what we're taught, is it? We're taught, no. You got to go out and figure out this out yourself. You got to go out and work hard. Maybe you'll never make it. Maybe this is just your lot in life, and money's hard, and that's just the way it is. That's what we're taught. We're never taught, well, wait a minute, you have a divine inheritance. You can lean on that. This can be taken care of. You don't have to worry about this. This can be taken care of. And this is how you do it. You get a mental posture. You start to claim your birthright. You start to claim your identity as a spiritual super being. Right? You're just as important as any other soul. You're not more important, but you're definitely not less important. Nobody else has more of a right to get their needs met than you do. And until you get clear on that, you're not even going to consider asking for it. You're not even going to consider placing a claim on it because you don't even know that it's A, that it's even there, and B, that you even deserve it. So that's where I would recommend that you spend a great deal of your time over the next week or two, is thinking in terms of, well, wait a minute, who am I? I didn't create myself. Some amazing power created me that I'll never understand the secrets of life, but I know that I didn't create myself. And so if I was created by something that's much smarter than I am, much more powerful than I am. And that's my spiritual source, and that I'm part of an entire family, and that we're very wealthy, and I have all rights to my wealth. I don't want what's not mine, I want what's mine. And I'm placing a claim on that. And I'm not going to give up until I see the results of that. And that's when the power of intuition comes to play. Because then it's up to us to keep our intuition very acute and to turn to that, not to the news, not to other people's opinions, not to our own memories of how things work, because all that stuff just is going to perpetuate the same results. And what's insanity? Doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So we don't want to be insane. We're going to try something new. So that something new is listening to our inner guidance. So when we make a claim and we say, this bill is getting paid, or these taxes are getting paid, or this is getting paid, it's my divine inheritance, it's my divine right. Any mistakes that I've made in the past are now being cleaned up in the most wonderful way, because that's my divine birthright. That is who I am. I am a rich child of a rich family, living in a rich universe, and I have all rights to the wealth that is mine. And you keep telling yourself that, and then you do what is in front of you to do. And you take it one step at a time. And you listen, and you're guided. And every time you don't know what to do, you go inside and you say, please show me. And then you take it one step at a time. And one tiny little step at a time, doing what's in front of you to do, asking to be led, asking to be guided, and whoa, watch it happen. All right? So this week, I'm recommending that you find that inner posture. It's not arrogant. It's actually quite humble to recognize you didn't create yourself. You come from infinite power. Infinite power is your true family, and that family has all wealth, and you have every right to your share of it, and that your family wants you to have that. And the only thing holding you back is you. And you're going to change that posture, and you're going to claim it, and you're going to get in touch with your intuition, and you're going to ask to be guided and led, and you're going to take it one tiny little step at a time, and you're going to let things turn around for yourself, and you will be amazed. All right, well, this has been great. Thanks so much for being with me today. I cannot wait to work with you again. And until that time, blessed be.